Hi everyone, welcome to this week's reading. This is for May 15th through to the 21st, and I'm a little bit late with this week. Usually I would have posted it yesterday, but I've just been extremely busy. So this week with the astrology, I've just got the main points here. The main thing is that stands out to me is the sun's going into Gemini. So happy birthday to all the Gemini sun people out there. And I'm actually a cusp Gemini myself. I was born right at the cusp of the end of Taurus and the beginning of Gemini. But actually technically a Taurus, and the sun is going to be on 29 degrees of Taurus on this weekend. So I always talk about the anaretic degrees, and so when the sun goes onto that anaretic degree of Taurus, 29 degrees this weekend, there could be sort of some tension or issues around security, stability, finances for some people. And also at the same time we're going to have the moon in Pisces conjunct with Neptune, so that really stood out to me. So when the moon is conjunct with Neptune, this is happening at the same time that the sun's on the anaretic degree of Taurus. It can be a bit of a portal energy. It can be sort of like an opening up. The moon in Pisces connecting with Neptune brings a very psychic energy because it's a very much of a thinning of the veil between worlds. You could have very psychic dreams, or something really, different can happen. That's a spiritual thing for you. And also Mars and Pluto are making a bit of a tough aspect as well, called an inconjunct or a quincunx aspect. That's all around the weekend. So this coming weekend, some tension a little bit in the air, a little bit of a strange energy, but it could go several ways. It seems like it's a very intuitive energy to me. It could bring up issues of safety, security, stability, and financial, a sense of your financial stability this weekend as well. Another thing is that, or the last thing I'm going to mention, is Mercury moves into Taurus from the 17th of May. So that's this week, in a couple of days, and that lasts until the 7th of June. After that it goes into Gemini. So with Mercury moving into Taurus, that can actually bring sort of a little bit of a slowdown, to the mind, even though life will probably still be quite a fast pace for most people because the sun is moving into Gemini after all. Gemini being ruled by Mercury, it brings a very sort of bit of a quickening of energy, a faster pace to things. But Mercury in Taurus could mean that we actually slow our minds down. We have the opportunity to maybe do things, get out into nature, do something creative, come up with creative ideas as well, or just actually be able to have the time to sort of have some mental space for yourself and not feel like you're constantly on the go. Anyway, let's look at the cards for this week. The cards that I've got are ones that I've not used for a long time. These are my really old deck that I've had since I was about 17 years old, so they're almost 20 years old. Traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, and I'm just going to pick 3 cards for this week and see what we've got coming up. I feel like I need to give them a really good shuffle actually, because I haven't used them for such a long time. And if there are reversals that come up, I tend to sort of put them the right way, because I tend to read the cards more psychically than, using the reversals, because I pick up on the reversal energy anyway when it's upright. So let's see. Something back here. Okay. Let's see what we've got. Oh, the Hangman, interesting. The Nine of Pentacles, that's a good card. And the High Priestess. Very interesting that the High Priestess just happens to come up towards what I would think was, sometimes would be more the end of the week, because it's the last card here, and that does relate to what I said at the weekend. We've got the Moon conjunct Neptune, because it's a very spiritual card. It's a very powerful card to do with intuition and spiritual insight, so that's interesting. Alright, so the Hangman, this could be representing yourself or someone very close to you, and it shows a feeling of being in a time of stasis, meaning you're just not quite sure what direction you're going in your life in a particular area. So it could be to do with relationships, could be work, could be, any of those areas, depending on your own individual situation. Obviously, this is a very general reading. So, but what the advice is when you see the Hangman is you need to be patient and wait things out, because you don't have enough information just yet. And you may want to make a change, but just right now the energy is not this week. The energy is not flowing in the right way, and it's more of a spiritual time this week. That's what the energies are showing with these cards very much. With this card in the middle here, the Knight of Pentacles, it's actually a very good card. It indicates that, you know, there's an aspect of your life right now where you're actually in a good position, maybe more so than you appreciate, or, you know, you need to, it's about having gratitude for where you're at as well, that you have achieved, you know, a certain level of perhaps comfort or routine or stability that you can actually build from now. So that's actually very good. And the High Priestess card is saying that trust in your own intuition this week over anything, because that moon conjunct Neptune, that moon in Pisces conjunct Neptune at the end of the week is going to really be very strong for intuitive feelings, and it could be like a feeling that just comes over you, like a knowing about something, or you might get a premonition, a deja vu that you feel like has information within the deja vu. Has anyone ever had that? It's always interesting when that happens. Or a dream, you know, that feels like a precognitive dream, or just a simple gut feeling, you know. So this is telling you to trust in your process that you're in at this time without fighting against or putting up resistance to your situation, because that's just going to make it feel harder. So, you know, as human beings, there's always something that we want or we don't have, or, you know, whether it's a relationship or a better job or better situation, you know, more comfortable living environment, whatever it is, we're always striving for more, and most people do anyway. Not everybody, but a lot of people do. And this week it's saying be happy with what you've got, accept where you're at, and know that if you feel like you can't push forward now, it's for a higher reason. Okay, so that was the reading, and my Etsy shop is temporarily closed because I've been so busy. I'm trying to catch up on all the orders, so I should reopen it possibly in a few days or so. Alright, thanks everybody for watching, and have a fantastic week ahead. Bye.